Most people believe mall walking is one of the safest exercises for aging knees. And in general, that belief is correct. But orthopedic specialists notice something that most people never think about. Some of the most consistent mall walkers, people who walk daily for years, still develop knee discomfort over time. Not because walking is harmful, but because of small, hidden habits that quietly increase stress on the knee joint without any early warning signs. And one of those habits happens so early in your walk that most people completely miss it. In fact, it happens before most people even finish their first lap. Stay with this, because by the end, you'll know exactly what it is and how to fix it immediately. Before we go further, ask yourself this. When you walk inside a mall, do your knees feel the same at the start as they do after 10 minutes? Keep that answer in mind because it matters more than you think. After 50, the knee doesn't behave the same way it used to. Cartilage doesn't recover as quickly. Joint fluid circulates more slowly after rest, and the muscles that stabilize the knee need more preparation than before. This doesn't mean you should stop walking, it means the details matter more now. Small habits repeated daily can either protect your knees or slowly overload them, and most people never realize the difference. Let's start with something obvious but often misunderstood. Mall floors look smooth, clean, and safe, but most are hard surfaces like tile or polished concrete. Here's the problem. Hard floors absorb almost zero impact, so every step sends force upward through your body, foot, ankle, knee, hip. Your knee absorbs a large portion of that force. One step doesn't matter, but thousands of steps every week do. And that repeated micro-impact can slowly irritate the joint over time. But here's where things get interesting. The floor is not the biggest problem. Even perfect flooring would not fully protect your knees, because the real issue starts much closer to your body. Your shoes. Most people judge shoes by appearance. If they still look good, they assume they are fine. But cushioning wears out long before the shoe looks damaged. Inside the midsole, the shock-absorbing layer, compression slowly increases over time. That means less cushioning, less shock absorption, and more force going into your knees with every step. So even if the shoe looks normal, your knees may already be taking extra load. A simple guideline used by physical therapists is this. If you walk regularly, replace walking shoes every 300 to 400 miles. For many people, that is around every 6 months. Now, here's something most people never connect. Even perfect shoes cannot fully protect your knees if your joints are not properly prepared before walking. Imagine arriving at the mall in the morning. You feel fine. You start walking immediately at your normal pace. Everything feels okay at first, but after a few minutes, a slight stiffness or ache may begin to appear around the knee. Not sharp pain, just a subtle warning. Here is what is actually happening. After sleep or long sitting, the knee joint is in a low activity state. The synovial fluid that lubricates the joint has not fully circulated yet. So, when you suddenly move at full pace, the joint is not fully prepared for load. This creates extra stress inside the knee. That is why many specialists recommend starting slowly. Give your body 2 to 3 minutes to warm up. Slow marching in place, gentle knee bends, ankle circles, nothing intense. Just enough to activate the joint before walking. It sounds simple, but consistency makes the difference. Now, here is something most mall walkers never notice. Walking inside a mall is not the same as walking on a straight path. People stop to talk, they pause at stores, they wait for others, then they start again. Each stop forces your body to control deceleration. Each restart forces your knee muscles to stabilize and generate force again. One stop is fine, a few stops are fine, but repeated stop and start movement over weeks and months can add extra stress to the knee, especially if the supporting muscles are not strong enough. And this brings us to something many people never expect. Sometimes knee pain does not actually begin in the knee. One of the most common hidden contributors is weak hip muscles, especially the hip abductors.
These muscles help control alignment during every step. When they are weak, the knee can slowly drift inward during movement. Not enough to notice, but enough to matter over time. Think of a car with slightly misaligned wheels. It still drives normally, but wear and tear increases without you noticing. The same thing can happen in your knees. The good news is that this can be improved. Side-lying leg raises are a simple way to strengthen these muscles. Lie on your side. Keep your legs straight. Lift it to hip height, then lower it slowly with control. 10 to 15 repetitions a few times per week can help improve stability. Now here's another hidden issue. Most people think they will notice when their shoes stop working, but they often do not, because the first thing to wear out is not visible from the outside.
It is the cushioning inside the shoe. It slowly becomes compressed and less effective, so the shoe still looks fine, but it no longer absorbs impact the way it should. That means more force is transferred into the knees with every step. A simple test is to press your thumb into the midsole. If it feels too hard and barely compresses, the cushioning may already be worn out. Now let's bring everything together. Hard floors, worn shoes, no warm-up, stop and start walking, weak hips. Individually, none of these feel like a major issue, but over time they can quietly increase stress on the knee joint without any clear warning. The goal is not to stop mall walking. Mall walking is still one of the best low-impact activities for older adults. The goal is to walk smarter. Start slow for the first few minutes. Wear proper cushioned shoes. Avoid sudden full-speed starts. Reduce unnecessary stopping when possible, and strengthen the muscles that support your knees. Small changes repeated daily can make a meaningful difference over time. Now, I'm curious, which part surprised you the most? Was it the floor, the shoes, the first 5 minutes, the stop and start movement, or the hip muscles? Because usually one of these is the real hidden reason behind long-term knee discomfort. If you are a daily mall walker, let me know in the comments below how many laps you typically complete and what shoes you currently wear. I personally read and reply to these comments to help you optimize your walking routine. If you found this helpful, subscribe to the Arthritis Knowledge for more practical, evidence-based insights for staying active after 50. Take care of your joints today so they can carry you comfortably through all the miles ahead. Your mobility is your freedom, and protecting it starts with your very next step. Thanks for watching.